Hey, Gavox here. So we got a lot of content tomorrow. I'm going to test out Donaldson Gehrig's versus Frank Thomas's swings in this video, but let's first go through the stats on the new cards. I'm in the bottom right, so ignore that guy. Donaldson, a pretty well statted third baseman, pretty similar to Matt Williams, I think. I don't know which one I'd take, maybe Williams over him, but Donaldson's got a pretty nice swing. I tested it out in practice mode. It's got good lift on it. Bob Gibson here, but we'll get back to the swings a little bit. Bob Gibson, very nice card. Used him last year. Haven't used him much this year at all. I don't know if I've even pitched with his lower end card at all. But solid card. You guys are gonna like it. You know, he's got slider, sinker, curve, change. Really nice card. I wouldn't call him like a Kershaw from the right side. I call him more like, I guess, a Nolan Ryan, but a lot better on the control, so you know how deadly that is. But we'll see how well his release is and how well people can pick it up. Lou Gehrig, not the greatest on defense, only can play first base, kind of nerfs him, but across the board, just phenomenal stats, and those will play up. Vision at 125, along with that high contact and power. Basically, you know, a left-handed Frank Thomas. Not as big, so a smaller strike zone in order to cover. But, you know, I don't know. 64 speed is solid. I just wish his fielding was higher, maybe at a secondary, to be a little bit more flexible with Gehrig. But let's get into the swings. Let's get into Lou Gehrig's first. So he's coming off the left side, as we'll just show a few here. Swing. So we're breaking it down frame by frame. 1, 2, 3, 4 frames, it looks like, from when I start swinging. It's hard to tell. I'm at 30 frames per second because I have a regular position. I feel like I start swinging like right maybe here. Then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like 4 on an inside middle-ish pitch. Outside it takes about, let's wait for it. Outside it takes slower. 1, 2, 3. It feels like it takes 3 once I start swinging on the outside. Look at the PCI when it moves and locks. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So the PCI locks. So here's an inside pitch. Like we talked about, this is what's nice about swing patterns, is that the inside that they're quick. I wish I had a PS4 Pro, so people with PS4 Pros do it. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the inside. Let's count it again. I did this all on my own, so I'm sorry I'm counting it late here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see that? Well, okay. We'll try it again. Here's another pitch. 1. All right. Well, that was too fast. Here he goes. Here you go. Sorry for taking so I keep giving false starts. We'll count it out. This is going much slower here. We're going up with the wind up, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on the inside. Remember that number. So 3 to the outside, 4 to the outside frames at 30 frames per second to get around. That's yanking the ball against a Nolan Ryan fastball. So we got another one here for you, but basically that's what you need to know. He's got a really smooth swing. It's a choppy swing though. It feels like it's going to get a lot of line drives to you. It doesn't have as much lift as say somebody else would have. So Gehrig's, well, he's got a nice level swing. Now the level swings are really nice. A lot of people rave about level swings, two-handed swings like Alberto Mondesi and other guys that kind of chop it. I like two-handed swings better maybe last year because I kind of want to just pop it out of the park this year rather than trying line driving it, because oftentimes those get caught by our phenomenal fielders. So Josh Donaldson, somebody that I know has got a lot of lift based off my usage of him in this practice mode. So here we are going slow. All right, that's a little fast. All right, let's wait for it. Let's count it out. Right, it locked, right? It locked right there. It feels like it's 4 swings too. I missed the ball, I'm sorry, but I'm just showing it to you. Wait for the lock. Wait for it. And lock. All right, now let's count from here. I think I start right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's around on it. So he's got pretty similar action. Here is a way. We'll do it in a way, but we're kind of ahead of the ball. So obviously, if a ball, you're further behind it. See how it takes 4? It takes 4 to get through there too when I'm pulling the ball. You can count it. But basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're making contact and we're pulling it. So to pull the ball, like here's a home run ball. PCI locked right here. 2, 3, 4. So lock. So 4 to get around on a ball and pull it. 3 to send it the other way. So Josh Donaldson, a lot of people rave out how nice his swing is too from the right side. So he does seem to have confirmed a really nice, sweet right-handed swing. Does that make sense? Does it make sense to you guys at all? 4 to the inside, 3 to the outside. It's kind of like the gold standard. Obviously, at 60 frames per second, you'd be able to see a little bit more detail. Maybe PS4 Pro next year, I could test it out. So here's Frank. Sorry, we didn't count that quick enough. So it's 3. Do you guys see that? Do you guys? 1, 2, 3. Okay. No. I counted wrong there. Sorry, I didn't count that out well enough for you guys. All right, here's one to the inside. Ooh, this one's hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. It feels like I'm starting a little late there. Do you see that? It might be bordering on 5. So here it is transitioning. as we're still just waiting for it to get past this one screen. Sorry about that. I went to super slow motion here. Once again with Frank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think it's above 4, or between like, it's about 5-ish to going for an inside pitch for Frank to pull it. He didn't really fully pull it. That's why Frank's got a little bit slower swing. Do you guys see that? Between 4 and 5 versus like 4 for the other guys, maybe even 5 for Frank. But Frank still, on away pitches, Frank still drives it at 3 frames. So it's a little bit slower in my opinion from what I saw, from what I tested. But if you guys' eyes, if you have 60 frames per second out there, go ahead and test it yourself. Edgar Martinez and his stats, I did not test his swing, but you know, he looks pretty rough there at third with the arm strength, the fielding. But you know, I've had some pretty bad fielders at third and haven't paid too big of a price. It definitely does nerf your defense versus like somebody like Matt Williams or something. But great contact, vision, power too. From the right side, so we'll test this. A lot of people had trouble. He's kind of got a level swing too, of popping the ball out of the park with him versus like guys that kind of like swing upwards like Donaldson. Lee Smith, everything is amazing except for the hits per 9. 98 solid, but it's not like 125 like you ideally want. But a 4-seamer at 99 with a slider, forkball, cutter. Just beautiful. Obviously, maybe change the cutter to a sinker, but to make him like a perfect card. But otherwise, pretty good freaking stuff right there. We'll see the movement on in a little bit. Here's the 5th inning conquest map that you are going to make. So 5th inning, whoever innovated and made the 5th inning conquest map so different, definitely deserves a raise. But that's kind of what you have to get through. Just traditional conquest stuff. You guys should know how to play it by now. Watch the video on my channel if you haven't been able to understand it. But the pack choice, so this is for the 100 stars. You got 86, 86, 85. You got Gio Gonzalez, Matt Williams, some Cardinals player I don't care about as I'm a Pirates fan. These guys, I mean, they'll be what, 5K, and you just auction them or just sell them off the market once you lock them into maybe a set that you got to do. The All-Star set probably is best. Here are the 200 star players. Gary Anderson, Jack Morris, Brandon Phillips will have their stats up here in a second. Solid. Is it Anderson's a brand new legend, quote unquote. It's kind of nice having like not just like legends of the game, but also guys that are kind of like have been solid in the past, maybe great for the fan bases. So Anderson, pretty good contact and vision, but a little bit slow for a contact guy. Like if I have a contact guy out there, what I want him to do is stress the defense with speed too, right? Something that could get on base and be able to steal bases in addition to actually getting on there. But the only problem is also in the outfield, he's slow too, and the reaction doesn't really make up for it. So for a card like this, I know he's going to be free. It's whatever, right? I don't think this is anybody to go out and get unless you're a big Angels fan. Like Magunski or something, but otherwise, I would pass on that one. Jack Morris, he looks like he's sneaky good. We'll see how good the release is from the hand, but like having a 4-seam forkball and changeup, all 10 miles per hour difference from each other, along with a horizontal pitch, pretty nice little repertoire there for Jack. So I'm kind of excited about the forkball changeup combo off the 4-seamer. Obviously wish he was an upper 90s fastball, but hopefully that'll keep people off balance because timing is the biggest part of baseball. Brandon Phillips. A solid jack of all trade, got okay pop, okay speed, pretty decent in the field, a lower arm strength, but that's okay for a second baseman. Maybe when turning a double play, it haunts you like 1 out of, 100 games or something. But overall, we'll get on base pretty good for you. I think he's okay on the swing. I'm not sure from the right side. But and here are the rewards for 500 and 600 stars for the 5th inning program. So overall, my thoughts on the swing, as you guys can just kind of look at these. I'm excited to get Donaldson and Gehrig. I'm probably going to get Gehrig first, as he kind of moves the needle more for me. He's a new legend this year. But Donaldson looks like an absolute stud. I mean, his stats aren't as good as Gehrig, but I think the way his swing looks and the swing tested out, it looks to be a very glitchy card. A lot of people have raved about his lower end card being good for them too, the gold card. So that's kind of hot. The show schedule coming out, the content over the next few days. We do have the Hall of Fame event. I guess I forgot to put that into this video, but basically it's any legend player, diamond or silver and under live series player, and then you get Lee Smith and Edgar Martinez, the guys that showed off their stats. Lee Smith is the same rewards as last time, but you got to win 20 this time. 20 per event instead of 15, which kind of sucks. But Lee Smith for, 6 vouchers, and Edgar Martinez for 9. So you got to grind it out. That's a lot of grinding here as Madden goes up. But we're getting a new legend. They talked about a pirate coming out soon. Maybe the pirate will be the ranked season rewards. I think the ranked season rewards will be a good one. New legend hopefully is the pirate. Hopefully it's Honest Wagner, Roberto Clemente, but you never know. That's to be seen. But thanks for watching. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on swing patterns. Do they make a difference? We saw they're pretty freaking close to each other, but there are slight timing delays, as we've all noticed going forward. But I want to try out Gehrig and see if his chop and line drive swing does cause a lot more outs than I'd like to see, and kind of run him through the ringer before Madden launches here. And so the grind is on, starting tomorrow. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.